I would like snap the Contact the Other Plane, but I'm kind of interested in a Goblin deck. I haven't really gotten to play it. This pack is kind of meh. You have the drop, which is pretty good. The Contact the Other Plane is good. The uncommons are not great. And the rare is trash. So I feel like this is the spot, if you're going to draft this deck, where we can try to like make that happen. Dragonfire is a pretty good spot. I also want to get like the double Roper deck. I think that's pretty sweet. I hope. I haven't made Red-Black Sacrifice yet. I would like that to go around. The steel cards are, you know, kind of rare in some pools, and then in others they go very late. Scion for the die roll deck. This is also for the die roll deck. Keeps us in one color. I don't think any of these things are... Maybe Spoil for the Hunt, actually. That is a deck. That is certainly a deck. And Spoil works really well here. I think it's between the Ogre and the Spoil. Dragon is probably one of the worst dragons in the set. Second, Spoil, but also I've been very, very impressed with Plundering Barbarian. This is going to be in like my top 5 overperforming cards, I think. A second Spoil is fine, but we already have a Spoil and a Dragonfire, so I think I can take a Barbarian here, and they've been going actually pretty quick. Big Dumb Idiot, which, you know, we don't really need. We could take something like this. Best of one, we don't need Plummet. Not seeing any green. We're not likely to roll very many dice in these colors. So we could spec on... I mean, I've seen this played. I don't love it. We could spec on another color. Dwarf isn't going to be great in our deck, but it is filler if need be. We just got our butt kicked by these druids. This is very late. But I don't really want to draft the die roll deck. This card just eats so much removal too. I don't know, I kind of just want to like be aggressive here. I want to get like 2 of the little things. Speed Boots is okay. Blue does seem open, unfortunately. Blue is almost always open. I just keep getting forced into it. Feels like bot drafting in this set. With Strixhaven, I felt like every time I sat down at a table, it was drastically different. Things that I would think would be really good would go last pick, and then it would be like a different guild, right? People's evaluation in that set was really strange and very like shifty. Each table was so much different. Whereas this is like just very overwhelming. Every single draft is blue for me almost, just because everybody stays away from it. If we decide to stay in green, then the Prowler will be better for us. We won't have as many equipments. I don't really like either of the options, to be honest. Now, Ogre. I like the Ranger as well, but Ogre will help ramp into some really cool things, plus allow us to splash a little bit easier. Big Dumb Idiot that wheeled. Seems fine. I've yet to draft this deck, and I would really like to. Some Barrow and Unders, whatever his name is, and like this thing. It's pretty sweet. I feel like the Venture deck is very overdrafted right now. Second Dragonfire is fine. I'm pretty much willing to play as many Dragonfires as possible. This is a good 2-drop. We're a little far away from this now, unfortunately. It's too late. I like this guy too, but we have more 4-drops than 2s, and I think we want to be kind of aggressive with the Gnolls. The 6/7 is good if you pick up more treasures. Yeah, so big creatures are typically very good if you can ramp them out. I agree. But like there isn't that many treasures in the green side of things, so it's not like as likely, to be sure. And we already have like an Earth Elemental 6-drop, which is pretty on par. So I'm pretty happy to take the aggressive green card, which fits very well into the green archetype, is like more aggressive creatures that are doing stuff. I have not drafted this deck either yet. So little green and blue. Or green and red. Yeah, just in general, not a great pack there. Absolutely destroyed everybody. Yeah, Dark Pog. I think it's a very good deck. The only problem is that, like, if your opponent has a fair amount of removal, that it really just kind of messes with your entire deck. Hunter's Mark. I hear that card's pretty good at 2-for-1-ing people. Second Null Hunter is pretty aggressive. These are pretty replaceable. That gives us 2 really solid 3-drops that are very aggressive. The 2 Nulls and the Battlecry Goblin. We still have a whole extra pack left, so we have a long way we can go. The life gain deck would be pretty sweet in this. I doubt I'll run a Bard. Tempted to just take the Wizards class in case we want to, like, have a light splash. Are we really running Brazen Dwarves? It's unplayable in your opinion? I mean, we got them last pick. They're in our colors, so I just haven't cut them. I don't think they're unplayable. I think they're okay in the right deck. Hello, goblins. They provide, like, a good, like, stall for some of the more aggressive decks. And a little bit of extra reach in the die roll decks, which is really nice. Okay, do we take a first one of that? Because these are pretty trash. Or do we take a second Goblin? We don't have the Goblin synergies just yet. I think I'd rather take this thing with how aggressive my deck wants to be, I think. No, my thing. I could have done the thing. Okay. Rid of, like, this. Uncommon. Doubt we're running it, but it's fine. We did wheel this 4-drop. Second Hunter's Mark or a splashed Drizzt. We have one thing that generates treasures so far. So I'm not, like, in love with it. Drizzt's good on its own. I just don't know if we're gonna be able to splash it, guys. I think I'd rather just take the sure thing. If it was not, like, one of green's better removal spells, I think I would just take it in case, but I think it just is one of green's best removal spells. So this is pretty good for us, I think. It's better than some of the other 3-drops we have by a lot. Get rid of a Blazing Dwarf, grab another Null. Though we could take another Plundering Barbarian, I wouldn't mind playing either, but triple Null Goblin is pretty cool. Oh man, we could have had the deck now. That one's pretty meh. Fireball. This is, like, hit or miss. Like, every time it gets cast against me, they draw 4 cards. And then whenever I play it, I draw a card. It's a 4-mana cycle, essentially. But I think I just want Fireball. We got another Barbarian anyway. Woo! I'll take those. Barbarians are pretty great. I don't think we need this Improvise anymore. I don't like the Direwolf much. I guess maybe I like it better than this. It's kind of hard to say. Hunter's Mark. I like Bard the least for our deck. Do we want 2 Big Dumb Idiots? Or replace Sellsword with Bullet? I think I might want 2 Big Dumb Idiots. Oh wait, this is a better idiot. This card's actually pretty scary. Pick 8, Purple Worm. It's actually really easy to cast this on 5. I'm a big fan of this purple worm. No, it could have been so good. We have enough 2-drops. We have 4 good 2s. I think I'll just take another spoil. Double spoil, double mark, double dragonfire, fireball. That's a premium removal deck. If only the worm had trample. A 5 mana 8/7 trampler with ward 2 seems too busted. This isn't a very trample-y format, and I like that, actually. It's not that I mind trample, it's that I think that the creatures are big enough for a cheap mana cost that trample would be too powerful. It's kind of a tall format. Whoa, so many plundering barbarians. I'm actually going to take a second moon. Hear me out. I wouldn't normally play this, but we have triple null battlecry goblin. So on turn 4, we could be potentially attacking and triggering them if we're ahead on mana. So we go turn 2 this, turn 3 this, turn 4 remove your shit, and you kill them. Seems pretty good, actually. With how much removal we have, I think that that's a pretty darn good play. So that means I think we remove the shepherd, and we might remove the singer. Probably remove 1 plundering barbarian. I like my 6s. I like my 5s. Get rid of the sellsword, probably. This seems right. I don't really like the direwolf as much. Compelled duel is bad. Yeah, I'm kind of medium on it. I'm medium minus. We don't have a ton of tricks, so I kind of like it when you're triggering pack tactics. Like if you get a situation where you're like turn 1 or turn 2, turn 3 duel, right? So I don't like it a ton, but it is pretty good in just this specific deck. I'm not running it in any of my other decks really, but it can do some pretty spicy work. We just have so much good removal. It's true, but this doubles up. Like if we don't have, like if we don't play a good 3-drop, which, you know, we don't draw moon, whatever, this is a removal spell also triggering the pack tactics, which is like pretty beating. I'm willing to run one of them as like kind of the off thing. That's the kind of card where you kind of really landslide into a win very quickly. On the play, 2-drop, 3-drop, that thing, you know? Yeah. You can do some good work. Kitten Finks. I love those cards. I have a collection of all those tokens and pins. Love them. All right, let's hope they don't have removal for Ogre, because that would be pretty good. Whoa, hello. What? They just kept a 1-land hand with all of this? If it targets a blue target. I don't know why this is like highlighted for me, considering I can't actually cast it on anything. We should be good here. This looks pretty good. Pretty happy to just fireball this down, go in. Or we could just, if we want to try to trigger the pack tactics, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I'm down to do this for pack tactics, and then we can hold open the fireball. Or, I mean, not. Man, I suck at these rolls today. They must have had like all of this in their opening hand in a 1 land, and they were just like, I just need 1. And then they proceeded not to get it. Feels bad. Woo! We don't need the treasures anymore. I'm trying to think of the last time I kept a 1-lander. Never in limited. Stanley, I keep 2-landers all the time. I think you can't be that greedy. I think 2-landers are fine. I think the average 2-lander is going to hit more often than a 5 card hand in limited. Null Hunter killing it here? Yeah. That card, I mean, it snowballs into a really big threat for a 2-drop, which is part of the reason I like the Compel far more than I would like in any other format or in any other 2 colors. Just because if you can get one of those paired Pact Tactics cards really starting to snowball, it just becomes really difficult to deal with. And then by the time they deal with your 2-drop, they're super behind, right? The mulligan, I think. Hopefully we draw well. Hey, Implode. We were doing a charity stream earlier. Okay, so this is going to be a good curve if they don't have anything, right? Hopefully. So that's fine. If we were on the play here, if we were playing this right now, they would be in so much trouble. This is going to be a big change here. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. So we can null next turn and fireball. Ouch. Well, they're not gaining any life, so maybe it's just Ogre. Gives us a pretty good option for fight. Pack Tactics is something you have to deal with quickly or it gets out of hand. I think I might have said something similar to that. Not entirely sure. Enough with the 2-1s that draw you and do a bunch of shit. Damn it. I think we have to do this. I don't like it, but I think we have to. That's okay, right? We still kill it. think they miscounted. I think they forgot about the +1/+1. I'm glad they tapped that. That was nice. I don't want them to eat that for free. We can attack with both next turn and be okay. Both players on top deck mode. Both players at 10. I wonder if they attack here. Interesting. That's actually okay. I mean, if they don't have anything here. Okay. Interesting. Perfect mana, perfect everything. Good job. So they would eat both of these and we would die. I gotta stop defending die rolls against people who can't handle variance because I always roll under a 9, so just today and yesterday. I should just jump on the bandwagon, grab a pitchfork. That was a very good draw. Very good draw. All right, 2-0. No 2-drop is a bit awkward, but Dragonfire, Plundering Barbarian, like, still think this is better than the average 6 in a deck with no card draw. A little bit of ramp, or better. Just need a land out there. Great. I'm okay with this. Even though we have this, I still am okay with it. All right, here's the tricky thing. Should we kill their treasure so this gets no value? Or should we make our own treasure? Puts us one away from this. And I don't know how red-black other than removal deals with that, is what I'm thinking. Hey, look, it's the new host of Magic Mike's. Welcome, welcome. The red removal won't do it. It's got to be black. And there is only 2 real spells that do that. So... yes, Steel Sack is an option, which they don't currently have access to. They want to give me all 3 of these? Probably okay with that. We still have two. We have another Hunter's Mark and two spoils, another Dragon's Fire, and a Fireball. Rude. Sort of a 1-for-1, I suppose. Going tall against black is pretty scary with Grim Bounty, but I don't think there's a ton of a way around it. Hopefully no steal. Well, they don't have sack yet. So, like... I appreciate the input. But a lot of the times the things you're saying, Ryder, just don't make all that much sense. They could have this dispute spell as well, but I mean, it's far less likely. I'm guessing they have a second Trumpet Blast, because they go very well in multiples. So I think they're going to probably Trumpet Blast here to kill my Hoarding Ogre, which I would be okay with. Thankfully, one is all I need. This looks like a Trumpet Blast to me. Oh. Okay. It's roughly the same thing. And they have a dragon. Dragon, which goes face. 2 unknowns. Okay, so they make a treasure. I'm assuming so that way they can try to get to dragon next turn? Oh! Rolled a 10? Oh my gosh. Might be the first one today. Depression Gaming. The fact that it's Depression Gaming saying yay a 10 is just like the icing on the cake, right? All right, what a beautiful curve we have. On the play to boot. Heyo. Oh, the curve just keeps getting better and better. So if we hit a land, it'll be pretty good. Or if they play a blue creature, it'll be pretty good. Okay. Yeah, land. I'm actually fine with this. So we can start getting the paired tactics going, which means this thing can start attacking through the rogue multiple turns. And next turn, if we hit a land, whew, we can make a trade that they're not gonna like. Or that they think they'll like, and then we play a worm. Oh boy, that's spicy. And they're never going to be able to touch this. Ward 2. The only thing that really kills it is going to be one more mana away, I think. Unless, well, that's not true. They could have power word kill or whatever. Yeah, Jin is not going to do it. Strange block? Yeah, a bit of a strange block. For sure. This little guy's racing. I mean, they've hit every time. That's the first time they didn't hit. The big stomps. Thank you, thank you. Steve Mayer, I got you covered with an adventure roll. I know you gifted a couple just a little bit ago. So let me get that going for you. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Boop, 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 boop. All right. Good luck, Steve. Come on, 6. 6 is what I like. I mean, I'm greedy. Hiya! 3. Choose an MTG weapon so you can submit a deck list. Historic, standard, brawl, anything you want. And we will play that deck. You can do it anytime we're playing Magic. With the exception of like I won't stop a draft or something, but we will do it after this draft if you'd like, or you could save it up for tomorrow. And you'll have like a week to redeem or plan it out with me. Thank you so much, hon. Really do appreciate that. All right. Gruul Stompy is putting in work. Barbarian's really good to like fend off ew. Each one of those trades so well. Treasure token. But you know what it doesn't trade very well with? Next turn, we swing with the Barbarian and then Worm. That'll be good. They'll never see that coming. Okay. In an emergency? Oh, shit. So this creature, how does this work? Target creature blocks if able. You got it. That's okay. That certainly could be worse. I think they will trade me this. That's what I figured would happen. The other option was to like Dragonfire this and then like compel here to like stop the card draw. But I think I like saving the Dragonfire for the next Death Touch creature that comes down, because they don't actually have enough to kill the worm except for with like Power Word, whatever. Yay! So if they play like the 1/2 Death Touch creature, the 2/2 Death Touch creature, then we still have like removal for that will answer it, and the worm will get in for pretty good value. The Grim Bounty is the most common removal for the worm, and they're, like I said, 2 turns off of it. So the only thing we would be really playing around is the, or the only thing that would really get us would be like the Power Word kill. This is not what I would like to see on the draw. I think we can take a mulligan here. This is better. I think creatures and Dragonfire are better. Adventure rolls are just bonuses that the channel gets when, you know, people are supporting the content. It's like giveaways and stream bonuses. Let's hope they pitch some like really good cards. Pitch your like expensive payoffs. I'm gonna save this for a turn. I want to see them pitch more stuff. I mean, it still lets them smooth, but I want them to pitch something they think they're gonna get back and not get back. When an opponent plays Bag, you are already winning. I think Bag of Holding is a decent card. Hey, Sidetrack. Welcome, welcome. Guys, can we get a streamer shout out for Sidetrack, please? Okay. It only saves us 1 mana, so the only way we get punished is if we draw a 5-drop next turn, which we only have maybe 1 of or something. So I think we can wait here and see what we draw. We're flooding out really hard, but thankfully the moon circle thingy here is pretty strong. Sea Pig with a first-time Prime sub. Thank you very, very much for the support, hun. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. One of these is getting removed. I'm guessing minus... Oh, okay, okay. So at least it dies. Oh, they chose not to block. Interesting. This gives them a target for Portable Hull, I guess, but whatever. stupid vigilance. Come on, Flood. What's up? Why you flood so much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards to a lot more, to 8 more mana. Okay. They make some treasures. Yup. Wonder if they have some sort of combat trick or something. Let's see what this looks like. I feel like they will not. Oh man, if they rolled under a 9, they'd be dead. Oh, if they rolled a 9 or under, oh man. Oof. Oof. Come on. Don't do it like this. Come on. For the love of Jiminy Christmas. 6 to 9 spells? 6 to 10 spells? I just needed them to roll a 9 or under on there and then they just kill themselves, which would have been hilarious. Just their fireball on the stack. This person is top decking infinitely better than I am. We're dead. Nice job. Fudge sickles. It's a bit slow, but I mean, we're on the play. We got 4 land, 2 drop. Our deck has a good curve, so. All right, I think we're 5-1. I think, with that last loss. I'm fully prepared and ready to go to 5, whatever. I think I'm happy to just fireball whatever they play for 4, I think. Will probably be good enough. Play the aggressive game here. Because once this is the only thing that's left, we're pretty happy. They Troned. Ooh. Why, hello. Make a treasure. I like this well enough because we can trigger this, we still can roll, and possibly worm next turn. If we don't hit a land... I think I'm still okay with just doing this. This is some pretty big damage, and it triggers this. They chump off with that, we're okay. And then next turn, we just, no matter what they play, we just go in for 5? Oh, they're just dead. Even if they hit on that, they still come into play tapped, right? Jeez. Hey, Mets, I saw that you did a deck submission, but when I shouted you out during the charity stream, I didn't, like, see you say something back. So were you actually trying to redeem that, or because I will do it after the fact if you'd like. Have a good night, Ryder. Where do you come from? The internet. Their deck is looking mighty aggressive. I'm gonna go this way because I'm fine with trading it. I'm a little sad about it just because, you know, these are the kinds of black does tend to have a lot of things I'm happy to. All right, Mets, if you would like to redeem it like after the draft, you're welcome to do so. I'm okay with this. If they sack either one of these, I think it's okay. Well, maybe it's a little soon, actually. But yes, if you would like to submit a deck list, you are welcome to. In fact, I will just write you down in the deck list submission like queue. And then you can redeem it anytime, like in the next week that you're feeling it. I mean, this will untap when a creature of mine dies, which is kind of interesting. At 20 though, jeez. Feels bad for me. They're gonna let trades across.
Send the deck list. Smile.
If you have a link, you can just put it here in the chat, or you can send, or you can export it to me on Discord. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died. Okay, so we definitely want to do this on my end step. So this thing will untap and then we can actually hit them with it next turn. And then, so we actually can get a little value here. Oh, it doesn't untap? Oh, that must have been a different one. I don't want them to venture a ton. So they get 1 venture here on their, and they have no cards in hand and we have 4 power. So we're technically a smidge ahead. It's gonna come down to top decks here, and they bottomed that. Great draw for me. Okay. Oof. They even scried 1 bottom. That's rough. And these removal spells should be able to kill most things. Bag of Holding. Oops, they played all their lands. Yeah, that's rough. Dang, this was a good comeback. Like, they bricked out hard, right? They hit 4 bricks in a row. Essentially, they scried 1, hit 2 lands, and hit a Bag of Holding. I actually could have fireballed my own thing to win, I think. Ooh, that was a very steamrolly deck, which is what I like to see. We never once triggered our goblin friend here, the Battlecry Goblin, but he was a big threat, soaked up some good removal spells. Hunter put in some big pressure, and again, the solid removal just really did it for us. The double fire, double Hunter's spoils, double mark, and a fireball on the top was just a beautiful curve that allowed the troll hunters and the circle of moon druids to really put in a ton of damage early on. So all in all, it was a good deck. I really liked it. I think this was a lot worse than our last deck overall, but you know, just performed infinitely better. So all right, guys, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very, very much for watching. You know, let me know what you think of this Gruul beatdown archetype, because it is kind of a new draft format. I think this is the first video I'll be posting of this style. So leave me a comment, let me know what you think. And thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. I'd like to give a special thank you to those of you who have signed up for our Patreon. I couldn't make this content without you. Also to Cool Stuff Inc. and KMC Sleeves for supporting the channel as well. Definitely check them out and use our discount codes to support the channel.